This talk is going to be very, very brief, just 10 minutes, and is basically to introduce you to the iAnn project, which is a collaborative tool that has been developed again by the same team, Rafael Jimenez, leading the technical bit of it, and then myself working more on the coordination of the project, getting the publications out, etc. So let me set up the scene of what iAnn is. Okay, so we have the Gmod meeting and the Gmod community, and Gmod community produces events, bioinformatics events, and you have ISCV, for example, that has the bioinformatics events, and they want to disseminate the information as much as possible because they have their own events. Now, if you want to know about, let's say, anything related to proteomics, where do you go? Well, you go to ISCV, you go to bioinformatics.fr, you go to many different places, and you're always going to get one specific view of all of the events that are available in bioinformatics or proteomics and so on. But unfortunately, there is not a centralized place where whenever you want to actually access information about events in a particular category in the life sciences, is not available, okay? So here what we provide is a centralized tool whereby instead of every time you want to actually outreach, you want to actually disseminate your information, instead of having to go to every single forum in the world and duplicate that same information 20 times, and then to know that the deadline for submission of posters had actually changed, and then having to go back and trying to modify all of those events, posts that you've done is actually virtually impossible. So really what we are providing is a solution that coordinates the event information. So if you want, let's say you want to disseminate or raise awareness about the BioCuration 2013 meeting, okay? So what we provide is a collection of suite of tools that allow the input of the information via a centralized curation service. So instead of having the duplication of efforts where we have the International Society curating that information, we have Gmod people curating that information, all of these duplication of information and of efforts, what we have here is one centralized place where anyone can actually download the event information into a registry, and this registry provides web services and modules that you can then very easily, you can take 3 lines of code, put them into your content management system, and that content management system will show widgets that are completely up to date with all of the filtering options that you have for the registry. So in fact, currently we have more than 1,000 events, and that is more than Nature. And what is important to say is that Nature, as a provider of event information, is a closed system. So in fact, if you want to retrieve that information, it's not possible because it's closed. Whereas what we provide, and I'm going to show you here in a few live, what we provide is a system. So this is just the actual widgets. So 3 lines of code, you put it in your content management system. This is Drupal, you can see. Well, you cannot see it there, but actually this is a Drupal content management system. And the good thing about it is that you can see the information in different ways. So you have the list view, so all of the events that are currently incorporated in the registry, you can see them all. Actually, I'm just showing 300 in this particular view. You can click on those, you will have an access to those. You can see how many events, let's say in bioinformatics, bioinformatics, okay? So currently there are 103 events throughout the world in bioinformatics. You can click on any of these pivots. Actually, I think I clicked the ABI. So I think I clicked the Genome Campus. So the good thing is that when you click on one of those pivots, it releases the events, and then if you click on the link, it takes you right back to the actual event. So if there is a change of dates, if something is different, instead of having to go to all of the different places where you posted that information, now it gets automatically changed in the registry, and that registry via web services will communicate with all of the different clients that are requesting iAnn information. And we have lots of many societies and organizations that have already joined. So here we have EMBnet. I'm not sure if you know it. This is just to show that the code, these 3 lines of code that you paste into your content management system, actually adapts or adopts the CSS information. So it actually looks native to the website, and it looks as if you're actually providing that. Here you have it in TGAC, for example. You see the same look and feel, but it's actually integrated within the website. In this case, TGAC has decided that wanted to show only events that are related to TGAC, and there are currently only 5 events. Okay, so these 5 events are shown here. And just to finalize my presentation, just wanted to mention the next thing that's coming up, which is called SASE. And I looked in the dictionary what SASE means, and it's kind of bold, lively, according to the Oxford Dictionary. And I think that it actually matches our spirit in terms of how we want to actually move forward. Because the problem was that, yes, now we have a centralized repository for all of the events in bioinformatics and for the life sciences, really. The problem is that if you wanted to share that information between different organizations, is that there isn't a common way in which events, bioinformatics events, say, are described by all of the different societies or institutions. So for EMBnet, they're going to have a set of fields, I don't know, name, dates, let's say location, and so on. And you may have like different descriptions for different events depending on which organization you are talking about. So actually combining the information between all of the different institutions becomes cumbersome. And so what we are coming up with is a new standard, which is called SASE. And SASE is Standard Scientific Announcement Standard Initiative. That's where SASE comes from. And the idea is basically to have a common format for exchange of data related to event information in the life sciences. So that's all I wanted to say. Thanks very much. And you actually will have now an iAnn calendar in Gmod. So anyone who would like to have this in their website, please let me know. So thanks very much. Thank you.